page is all about living a lifestyle full of faith, freedom, and our journey with endometriosis. So we wanted to go ahead and share some information. We decided to continue with IUI and just a few praise reports within this. When we were looking at our fertility treatments back in November of 2018, it was going to cost us about $2,000 for just the medication alone, and my husband's insurance only covered IUI and mine covered nothing. So fast forward to April, during Easter, I was sharing my heart with one of my friends, and she was just asking really thought-provoking questions and how I really felt, and just continued to keep pressing for an answer in a kind way. And I said, it all comes down to my fear. It just comes down to what I'm truly afraid of, and that's just relying on God solely. And I had this spiritual pull where I was like, I don't want to rely on doctors, and I want to rely on God. And I wasn't seeing the fact that God put a tool there, such as my doctors, for a reason. So I just kept pushing it aside and saying, I kept throwing excuses out there. Oh, Jake, you'll have to get time off work. And he kept saying, nope, as long as I have a doctor's note, I'm okay. So I kept throwing excuses out there and whatnot. So comes down to it, it was really just my fear of just truly relying on God and not seeing the tool that He gave me in the first place. So yeah, that was what was going on there. So going forward, we found out that my medication was still going to cost $2,000, and my doctor was like, well, let me run your primary insurance again, because we know that you got new insurance, and let's just take a look at it. Found out my insurance covers IVF, a full procedure of IVF. So that is the step above IUI. So that's Petri dish, they do it all in a little dish. IUI is just an insemination process. So we still stuck with the IUI process because that's what the doctor recommended at first, and she would prefer to do IVF, but she wants to see if the IUI works first. Medication still was going to cost $2,000. The nurse called and she said, hey, I just wanted to let you know I resubmitted it to a pharmacy. I wasn't expecting information back from them. They recounted what they said back in November, that they declined to cover medication for you. And so I called them and they said that they accepted it. So that was really, really great news. So our insurance and the pharmacy worked together, and it went from $2,000 for our medication down to $600. Keep in mind, each time you go through a round of IUI and IVF, that is not for the whole time that you keep pursuing it. It's each time. So that's $600 that we have to pay for medication each time that the IUI or IVF does not work. So keep that in mind when you see friends or family members going through that. Be with them, because it is also a financial burden. Lucky for us, not that we both have great jobs and we've been saving. I've also been saving on our HSA card ever since I was able to have one, because I knew that it had flexible spending on it, that I was able to roll over continuously throughout the years. So I've been saving for that. We both have for 8 years now, and it's always been small amounts. It hasn't been crazy $50 amounts each time. Excuse me. So it's been like a $10 amount, and it just keeps building and building. So that's money that we weren't counting on, that we can use for those specific needs. So that's also just really cool that God laid that on my heart at a really early stage, to just continue to save for that, for emergencies, or if anything came up. And so I see, God working through this process, and I know it's hard to see God in the process. It's easier to see Him after the process and see Him through it all, but I really wanted to pause and recognize what He's been doing in our lives currently through the process and not just after the process. So I wanted to share that with you guys. We are starting IUI in the month of June, so keep us in your prayers. That is only about a week away, so that's really exciting, and I'm nervous, but also very excited. So keep us in your prayers. Thank you so much for loving us where we're at and continuing to support us. If you like this video, hit the like button and subscribe as well. Share this video with other family members that you maybe don't know struggle with endometriosis or infertility issues. I want this channel to be a safe place and a place where people can share their stories and also hear other encouraging stories along the way. So yeah, that's what we're all about. So we love you guys. Thank you so much.